So, good morning, everybody. Let me just check again if this is working here. If you can hear and see me, just give me some thumbs up. Or no, you need to write a comment. I'm not on my phone this morning. I just need to check that this is working. Yes, I can see myself, so it's definitely working here on Facebook. That is great. Okay, so this morning we do that a little bit different than usual. Let me just see. Yes, okay, so this morning I want to talk a little bit about how I grew Funding Connection, give you some insights, give you some tips about how to do that, because I remember that was definitely a scary time for me, thinking about, okay, I would be able to grow. I'm not able to do that any further without any support. So, and then my question was, of course, oops, what do I do now? And that's definitely something I wanted to share with you. I'm sure I'm not the only one who was in a situation like this. I think that happens to lots of startups. And how do they call them so nicely? Solo entrepreneurs. Okay, so you're one man or one woman show. You are everything in your business. There's only a certain amount of time and also mental capacity you have, and then thinking about how can I grow now, what do I do, is really scary. Can you just please leave me, I see there are a couple of people in here already, can you just leave me a comment please, that I can see that specifically the sound is working. It should work according to my mic. It is green here. I just wanted to have a confirmation, please. I know it's always, time is delaying a little bit. In the meantime, let me just talk a little bit about myself. My name is Dagmar Breiling-Murray. I'm here the CEO and the funding strategist at Funding Connection. We assist companies to raise capital. We do that through lots of advisory, business plans, feasibility studies, financial forecasts, and at the end then also the application process or the capital raising process. It's a little bit different, but the end result is the same. You're getting some money, and either from government institutions, some grants, or from financiers, to be able to start and grow your business. Joey, good morning, confirmed everything is good. Sipivis also confirming everything is good. Thank you so much. Okay, so I've started Funding Connection over 10 years ago. It started with a different name, and then I found Funding Connection available. Yeah, I was then able also to register it as a business. So, and in the beginning I've done everything on my own. I've done the marketing, I've done the advertising, I've done the administration, I've drafted the business plans, I've done the financial forecast, I collected all the documentations, I filled out all the forms, I submitted all the applications on my own. At that time everything was still in printed version, so it was quite a full-time job, and I was jumping around from A to B to C. And Nkhaki, Miriam, good morning. And then there was really a time where I thought, okay, so there is a limit to my income at the moment because I am not able to grow further. And there's also only so much I can do. So at that time, I never ever followed up on any quotations, only if somebody says, okay, I'm paying now, then then I took that task on. And one of the challenges as a solopreneur is you either way can concentrate on your marketing and sales, or you can concentrate on service delivery, you know. So my sales was like this, went up and down and up and down, was never ever really consistent. And then there was a time when I just stepped back and thought about, okay, what must I do, what can I do? So, and the first things were definitely also having a look, what can I outsource, which task can I give to somebody else. And I made all the crazy mistakes, you know, so you can make. And I thought, okay, let's try some interns. So I had two young lovely ladies as interns. The challenge was because they were not experienced. I needed to show them everything. I needed to check everything what they have done. It was not really helpful to me that I was really able to just this task, this is what you do, this is how you do this, and then I was sure it is done according to the requirements. They had, of course, lots of questions, and please, 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 I'm not giving the interns. They were not the problem. The problem was definitely me thinking about, okay, so I can delegate tasks, and then this will help me. And it did, of course, not help. Are we still using interns here at Funding Connection? Yes, there are, but now there are more systems in place. We have an online course for every task created. So when we have somebody new in here, they just sit there for a day listening to a course, getting some sample tasks to do, so that they know exactly what is expected. And because these are now small little tasks, you know, so it's not complex and complicated. That's also something what I learned in the last couple of years. If you have specialists only for certain tasks, it's easier to just train staff and tell them this is the only thing you need to do. Yeah. So that's how we do that here at the moment. We have somebody who does research, somebody who does the financial forecast, somebody who drafts the business plan, somebody who is responsible for application, and they have some support to fill out the application forms. Yeah. So this way you can easily also, we are not scared of growing our business. We are able then to just slot below some more team members into it to release the pressure on the then management positions. Yeah. So, and then I said, okay, so my interns, it was a great idea. It did not really help me. It did not release me. And then I said, okay, so now let's see what else is available there. I was at that time still scared to hire full-time staff. I also didn't see that I needed at that time full-time staff, because that's always a commitment, you know, and as a solopreneur that's also scary. And because most of us, I'm sure, if you are a solopreneur, one woman show or one man show, I worked from home. Okay, so there was no space for another staff member. There was no space for, I needed to buy then another computer, you know, internet, and all these equipment needed to be sorted out. And that was scary, you know. I remember these times. It's a couple of years ago, but I still remember this, and I thought, okay, so no, that's also not an option, to find somebody and then hire this person, and then I would need to find an office, you know. So then I thought, okay, so what other options are out there? And then I thought about, okay, let me outsource my administration services. Yeah, so all my administrative tasks I can outsource, and help me to get a little bit so that I can concentrate on what I'm really good at, that is my marketing, my sales, and at that time definitely also still writing the business plans and doing the financial forecast and the applications. Okay, yes, I still had a couple of different heads on, but I said, okay, so I need somebody who is able to send out quotes, who is able to have a look at my emails and answer questions, who is able to follow up with clients and answer telephone services. Yeah. So, and that is something where I then hired an called virtual assistant. Okay, so, but this is professional secretarial services, and you can outsource that. And you can outsource this also for a certain amount of hours a month. And so this is definitely something what I have done. I used somebody who's really, really professional, somebody who I just needed to tell, okay, this is what I'm expecting. It forced me also to have systems in place, checklist in place, um, and email templates in place to make it really easy for this person I'm outsourcing these tasks, so that they are able to really do all these services. Yeah. And whenever then there was whatever email she was not able to answer, we're still in my email account. And you don't, what I just wanted to say is, you want somebody really professional. Yeah, you don't want somebody, don't give this task to an intern. It means lots of work for you later on. You need to check everything. You can't be confident that they are really knowing what they are doing, or they think they know what are they doing, and can be messy. Yeah, that is definitely my experience. Specifically, don't misunderstand me. We are still using interns. They are great support system here at Funding Connection, but don't use an intern as the first support system for you. It will not be a support. Yeah, that's when all the frustration comes in, and I'm sure you heard that, oh yes, I have staff and they are not able to assist me. They do not take work away from me. They give me even more headaches. And in the time I've explained that to them or checked this, I have done that on my own. And I understand this. If you use people with no expertise, no experience, and hey, like I said, I've done that the same thing. You think in the beginning I can't afford an expensive, experienced team member or even any support system. It bites you. I promise you, it bites you. And if you listen around to all the people and entrepreneurs around you, they will all tell you the same thing. It's not working. It is a headache. Yeah. So, and what I've done in the beginning, I thought about what can I outsource, and that was at that time definitely I had already my social media. It was not so many social media platforms what we're using at the moment, but I needed somebody to post for me. I needed somebody to create posts for me, maybe even blog posts. And then also quotes out, following up with quotes, answering emails. That was already a task what somebody did for me. I outsourced it. At that time, Candice, who's now in Portugal, did an absolutely great job and really, really helped me. Yeah. And just for you to know, we are now already at 10 or 11 staff members here. I'm still having some tasks outsourced. Yeah. I don't need to have everything under control. Not all our tasks, what we need to do is a full-time job for a person. So then it makes sense to just, and I want, so it's about tax consultants and bookkeeper, and we don't need a full-time bookkeeper here, or an accountant. And if we would use somebody who is not really experienced, I would have more sleepless nights than anything else. Yeah? So these are tasks. Our HR is outsourced, our bookkeeping is outsourced, tax consultant, of course, is outsourced. So just to relieve some of the task, I think there's somebody else out there they can do that 1,000 times better for a reasonable price, because we only really pay them for the hours they need for funding connection setup, and not sitting there the rest of the day. What do you do? Thumbling thumbs or something like this? You know what I mean, yeah? So, and because I remember and I know how much this service helped me, and it was really lots of trial and error, I made the decision, and I will also offer that this virtual assistant or professional secretarial services to solopreneurs. Yeah. So if this is definitely something for you, and you just want to talk to me and just have a look, Zippo, good morning, and you just want to have a look, how can we assist you, what is available, I will share a link with you where you can just book a consultation with me. We just have a look, what makes sense for you, what doesn't make sense, yeah? And let me tell you, one of my strengths is what I figured out, and I'm sure I shared that before, one of my good friends, Martin, he is lean management consultant, yeah? He does that mostly for manufacturers, just to having a look at the business and see, okay, so workflows, does it make sense, how is it going? And he does this really physical with moving the factory setup around, but of course also in the background with administration. And I can't even remember when I shared that with him. That was a couple of weeks ago, and he had a look at, I said, oh yes, we have systems there, checklist here, this is how we organize the task. We don't need to have any meetings, everybody knows it is in his queue, what to do. And I'm always joking and said it saves us minimum 2 administrators, or the systems we are having here in place, yeah? And this is of course also something what you then is included. I will be able to advise you and say, okay, so this is a system, it is bulletproof here, we have implemented here at Funding Connection. I also implemented it at a couple of friends' businesses and just shared with them, okay, this is how you need to do that. If you want to set that up, I always thought it's quick and easy, but when I tried to set that up for other people, I figured out it's not that quick and easy. It is obviously grown over the time. And the other option is also what you can do with artificial intelligence, with AI, with apps and software available to help you to manage your office, the administration, the tasks, is absolutely amazing. Yeah. So what is already out there for me? Still using some systems free of charge. I don't know how this is possible, but we obviously are not going above their threshold, and there are a couple of thousands of clients in this one system with documentations and all the business plans and everything. So that is absolutely amazing. Yeah. And that's of course also, I will have a look at it, where you are, what you need, and that is part of our services. Then what we offer you is We are setting that up for you so that there's also an easy communication between your assistant and you, so that everybody knows exactly what they are doing. We suggest also WhatsApp communication, but having everything on one platform makes it so much easier. Yeah, so you can always then communicate and have, either way we need then to discuss this. Either way, you have one virtual assistant who's doing all the jobs what you require, or there are a couple of tasks out there they require a little bit more um, advanced skills, I think is the right word. Yes, advanced skills. Then we would say, okay, so this is your normal virtual assistant, but for these skills you would just have a look for somebody else. Yeah, and then you're of course also able then to book. And I only said, okay, 10 hours, 20 hours, or 30 hours per month. And I think for solopreneurs, this is definitely the best option. Start a little bit smaller, having some support there, and helping you to be able to assist you. And like and I'm always thinking about now, just also for you to know, the systems in place we have today, so that my staff is able to work more sufficient. If I would have had these systems when I was a solopreneur, this would definitely help me, and I would not. And at that time, and all my friends are always telling me this because I didn't see that, I easily worked 7 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day. Yeah. So just to make sure that because I knew I wanted to be somewhere, and to be able then to have team members. That means you need to push all the time to be able to grow. And now I have a team, and it's definitely, I have my weekends, I have my off, I have my normal 40, maybe sometimes 50 hours a week. But as in comparison to my solopreneurship, that's nothing, and I'm also able to just say, okay, so I'm going away a week in April, away a week in May, 2 weeks away in June. I'm still available, so that's also the beauty with all the systems, the online systems. I will then also, of course, set up for you, because I can have a look from wherever I am in the world to what's happening there. Yeah. So do they need my support? Is there anything what I need to do? And of course, these are all not full-time holidays. I definitely will have a look at it. I will do my Monday morning webinars as much as possible, so that because otherwise I would miss you all here. But that is definitely one beauty. It will help you if you set that up quite quickly, all the systems. It will release you. And one thing I remember too is that I thought, okay, so there's not too much to do, and it is only a couple of hours, but I thought, okay, I needed to do this. And it freed some space in my brain to concentrate and be more productive on the things where I needed to concentrate on, so sales and of course delivery. And that means with the virtual assistant services, the secretarial services, I was able to grow my business from here to here. And then my next step was then to hire staff. Yeah. And then also, because now I was able to grow my sales through the support I had up to here. Yeah. Because my head was a little bit, there was some capacity freed, and that, you always have in the back of your mind, you need to do this, you don't forget this, and you need to do this. And out of a sudden everything is visual. You have a pin board where you have all these notes on there, and you know exactly what you can do, what you need to do, what you can also delegate. And then, I remember in the beginning, I started with, I don't know, I think 10 or 12 hours a month with my virtual assistant, and then I amped it up. And because I got more free time to concentrate more on sales, that means there was more administrative work to be done. And then there was a time where we then started, okay, so now I'm not using this virtual assistant for administration, I'm having now a full-time administrator. Yeah. And then it went on and on and on, and then the full-time administrator really helped me to get even more sales, and then we started hiring business plan writers. Yeah. And then we started to hire somebody for applications and so on and so on. But this is really the first step. Think about what you can outsource. The trick is really to have systems in place to also for you and the PA, your personal assistant, really communicating nicely to be then able to grow. Yeah. So if you want to have a consultation with me, and we will dive really, really deep into your business and just see what makes sense, what tasks should be outsourced. And I don't think it's for everybody the same thing, so there are definitely a couple of things where you need just to see individual. And it has also, the beauty is, as soon as you have staff, you can think about what you like to do and what you don't like to do. Yeah. And the things you don't really like to do and you can delegate, you can delegate. There are some tasks, so some strategic decisions I personally would not delegate. Yeah. I definitely would keep them. It is your responsibilities. You may have can ask them for some support. That's also something what happened to me. I had people asking me for support for strategic sessions. That is okay. Carbon. This is a serious problem. I know that feeling. I absolutely know that. Okay, so if it is about funding, so this video and this webinar was more about how to grow your business from a solopreneur to a proper business owner, not only you created your own job and you're your own employee. That's not what we want, so because as soon as you want to make holidays, there is no income. As soon as you are sick, there is no income. There is nobody who's able to take care of anything. Yeah. That's also something what I must say. So there were a couple of days when I had bad flu, but I knew, okay, so my PA was able to then go into my emails and just handle the most important parts. Yeah. And even if it meant, okay, setting up meetings, okay, Dagmar's not available the next 3 or 4 days, but next week is, so, and you don't need to sit there with a head like this, tissues, because your nose is running like crazy, yeah? Kabe, your challenge is definitely something for another time. Business ideas are, or let me just answer it with 2 or 3 questions, hints. Okay. Business ideas itself are zero worth. Yeah? Okay, so I can come up with thousands of business ideas. That's not a problem. You need to think about, and I think 2 most important aspects. Number 1 is, what is your skill set? Because you need to be good at it, whatever you want to do. Yeah? So otherwise, it is difficult to offer any services or products if you are clueless. Yeah? And the other part is definitely, where's the market? Do you have in South Africa, everybody is talking, do you have access to the market? Do you know who will buy from you? How will you market to them? Yeah. Don't think I'm just setting up a shop and everybody will pass by and buy from me. This is not how this is working. Yeah. So you need to have the skill sets in Carver. That is one of the first things you need to think about. And the second part is who will buy from me and do they have the money to buy from you? And you know, there's always a difference between need and want. Yeah. And somebody maybe needs something, but if they don't want it, they are not willing to pay money for it, then there is no market and you don't have the access. Yeah. I hope, yes, there's somebody else laughing at you. Okay, so and Carmen, please, 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 you see me smile, you see me laugh with love. This is a challenge lots of people have, coming up with plenty of business ideas and also trying to put everything in one business plan, you know, so and we always say no, no, no. Simplicity is key. Lowest hanging fruit is key. It's maybe not the fun business you want, but if you need to earn some money and you need to earn quickly some money, okay, this is what you need to think. Have a look at all your ideas. What am I good at? Okay, all the others are gone. And then, do I have access to market? Okay, yes. And are these people I want to market it, are they able and willing to pay for it? Yes. Is this easy for me to do? Yes, you know, and that's how you easily narrow your long list down. And Carmen, no worries, I've been in the same boat. I also thought, okay, what can I do? And you start with something where you are able to earn money quite quickly, and then you can grow, you know. So if you have a baseline of income, then you can grow and say, either way, you say, you know what, this is not what I want to do. Then you have something to sell, and then you can have some starting capital to do what you really, really love to do. Yes, but that is definitely something how I would narrow this down. Okay, so yes, and as soon, Carver, as you have set up your business, it's running successfully, now you're feeling overwhelmed and you see, oh no, full-time assistant is definitely not in the budget or it is still too scary, but you can't grow because your time is too focused on all these administrative tasks, and all entrepreneurs hate that usually, you know. So we are hands-on, we want to move things, we make quickly decisions, and it's holding us more back instead of really helping our customers and clients, because this is what drives us. Yeah, so we want to be able to add value to our customers, and you know, all these other things are holding us back. So, and now have an assistant, secretarial services, outsource these tasks, and then you are able to grow. And I promise you this is working. And I mentioned that before, is don't, you can try that. Okay, so if you say, oh no, I'm using an intern, I'm using some cheap labor, and I will explain to them how to do this, and you will quickly figure out it means more work for you than anything else. Yeah, I'm highly recommending use professional personal assistants. And if you want some help here from our side, I shared the link before. This is from Virtual Connection, and set up a consultation with me, and then we will sit down together and see, okay, what services do you need, how many hours I would recommend to use the virtual assistant for, and then also having a look what can they do. And as soon as we have established it, then we will start in the first month, slowly but surely, setting up all the systems for you. Yeah, and it will grow over the time in any case, so that you can concentrate on what you're really good at. You can concentrate on your sales, on growing your business, and Then there will be a time when you outgrow the assistant. Maybe not, maybe you decide, what, I'm a solo entrepreneur, I'm happy, I just happy if somebody takes off all these administrative tasks for me. Yeah, so that is also good. Or you say, no, no, I really want to grow, I want to have a team. It always depends on you, there is never ever one goal fits everybody. Some people say, no, I'm happy, I'm just doing it on my own, I just need some help with the administrative work, maybe to have a little bit more free time, maybe also to free my head a little bit. Or you say, no, no, you want to go in full. Yeah, you want to grow your business, you want to double your sales each and every year, like we have done before COVID. And so this is what you want to do. But you need to start somewhere, because you will not be able to do that on your own and then out of a sudden, and now I have 10 staff. That's not how this works. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Yeah, it really working, because it will be professional. Yes. Okay, in cover. Okay, so yes, don't forget, set up a meeting with me if you need some support and help. Otherwise, we definitely will then see us during the week. And if it's anything funding connection related, connect us with Facebook Messenger. There is Kamal now sitting on the other side and will guide and answer all your questions. And otherwise, we see us next week, Monday again. Okay. Take good care, everybody. Bye bye.